What's going on, guys? Today I am going to do a quick review on some decoy options that I'm going to use for archery and kind of go over the four decoys that are out there on the market that I feel like are useful and go over the pros and cons of them and maybe fill you in on which one I feel like is the better option of the four and why that is. So starting with the Ultimate Predator Stalker decoy. This is the one I got most recently. I had it for about a couple weeks. It's an interesting decoy. It folds up like a Montana decoy, except it's quite a bit lighter at 9.8 ounces. It's designed primarily, it seems to be mounted on the bow, but it also will come off the bow. And it's spring loaded like the Montana decoy. Once it's been deployed, the way that it works is by attaching to your riser. The decoy opening allows your stabilizer and your sight to kind of fit through the decoy and allows you to shoot through it, and it breaks up your silhouette and kind of allows you to move a little bit with the decoy attached to the bow. The biggest issues that I've had with the decoy is that it doesn't move well through the woods in anything that's not wide open, and really to go after the elk you'd want to take the decoy off the bow to do that. Not to mention it's still a little heavy, you know, having on your bow. 10 ounces, not too bad, and it's somewhat bulky in terms of your visibility being cut down. When you're at full draw and shooting through the bow, that's not an issue because you can see through the sight. But the other decoy, which I've had for quite a while, is the heads-up decoy. It's pretty well known. It does have a bow mount, but the reality is it's nothing I would ever mount to my bow, and the primary reason is because it's about a pound with the bracket for your bow and the decoy on the bow. I think by itself, the heads-up's 8.5 ounces like this with the handle or carbon rod, and it definitely is a useful decoy in the sense that, you know, it can get an elk's attention and maybe bring them in by kind of peeking it around like a tree, or if you have a partner calling. But in terms of its ability to mount to your bow or be deployed, you know, by a single person hunting with it and also trying to shoot, I feel like probably not the ideal decoy for me. It's not something that I use very often. And then the old Montana, which hasn't been used in many years now, primarily because of the fact that when I did take it with me, it rarely came out of my pack. I never seemed like I had enough time to set this up. And then when I did set it up, I felt like I needed to move, and then I'd have to get the decoy, and it was a constant battle trying to remember it and work it into the calling setup and everything. So the Montana decoy, I think 14.6 ounces by itself without the stakes or the legs, and then 35 ounces with the decoy and the legs. So the decoy option that I have used primarily the last couple of years is called the poison arrow decoy. I kind of purchased the Ultimate Predator decoy thinking it could be something that would replace the Ultimate Predator, or the poison arrow decoy, and what I found was that's probably not going to happen for quite a few reasons. One main reason is its weight. I think this one weighed in at 3.6 ounces. I had one other one without the new system on it that was like, I don't know, 1/10 of an ounce more. But at 3.6 ounces, this is something that I don't even notice. And being somebody that focuses a lot on, you know, ultralight gear and being as light as possible in the backcountry, I realize that unless a decoy is super light and something that I don't notice, it's really something that I don't end up taking with me on a hunt. So the way that this works is really simple, and I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but basically by knocking an arrow you have the decoy on the bow, and then by wrapping the band across, you have a system that now stays in place. It doesn't want to move, it stays right there in place. The best advantages of this decoy are the ability to conceal your draw, similar to the Ultimate Predator decoy, at a much less weight. But I feel like I can still conceal my draw yet see the animal. I think that's a big thing. The other nice thing about this decoy, it's quickly deployed. So the decoy has a shot cord and a rod, and it folds up very easily and essentially sits on your bow folded up. It's very small. When I want this deployed, it's a matter of about 2 seconds to undo the shot cord and then just reach up and deploy the decoy. Another big advantage of this decoy is the ability to quickly take it off your bow. By undoing the band and just taking the arrow off the decoy, your partner has the ability to drop back and use the decoy as a secondary distraction, so to speak. So other than that, that's kind of the biggest advantages and disadvantages of all the decoys. I think I'm going to continue for sure to hunt with the poison arrow decoy over the Ultimate Predator or the Heads Up in Montana, obviously. And the biggest reason that is the weight, the ability to quickly deploy it, and then also its ability to come off my bow quickly and be used by my hunting partner if he's in need of a decoy.